Wouldn't I want to do that right now?
A cup of coffee in the morning and I get...
What's happening, humans? How have you all been? Today, I am at IKP Eden.
A cup of coffee in the morning.
Today's video is going to be a mixture of two segments. One is the visit segment and one is the layman review segment that I usually have. Right now, I am in Kingsmen Coffee's office.
I've got Susan coffee, but that's...
So the folks at Kingsmen Coffee have asked me to come down and do a video of their cupping event and also do an honest review video of their coffee. This cupping event is nothing but it's a coffee tasting event, and what they're doing is they have a bunch of coffees and they have asked food bloggers and food vloggers. I'm not a food vlogger, but still, anyone who asks me to come and do a video in their office, I'm up for it. So let's just go meet the team. Now that's much clearer. So I'm with the founder, guys. This is Clement.
It's Clement.
Clement. He would know to pronounce his name best. And this is Rajat.
Hi guys.
These guys are the founders of Kingsmen Coffee, and we're standing in front of the Make in India. Clement, I think you have to stand right in front of that. How did Kingsmen Coffee start?
I just started with one simple question. Why does a cappuccino taste different from one place to another when it's the same drink at the end of the day?
Why did you start Kingsmen Coffee?
Actually, it was a meeting in a restaurant that we were actually managing together.
Both of you?
Yeah, actually I launched it and then we get associated about...
Oh! Do you know Kannada?
French food.
Illa, gottilla. I will do
Buy Kingsmen Coffee right now. This review is over. First, let's do the cupping event. Let's do the review of the coffee that they have. I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but I love a coffee. So, shall we do that?
Yeah, cheers.
Alright, so still waiting for a few people to come in, so after they come, we have to do this. I'm so excited to work with this guy. This guy just spoke in Kannada, what the fuck?
So the reason why I started Kingsmen was very simple. I personally loved coffee and I wanted to make a career out of it.
And then you met this guy. I'm gonna have a cup of Kingsmen Coffee right now.
I said this is the competitor we have in the market.
This guy over here?
If you
This
want
guy.
to call it that.
Yeah, okay. So this guy is competing. No, this guy is competing with this guy. This guy is a mammoth. This guy is just small right now. But this guy could be big.
Very, very
This guy could be crushed. How do you say this in French? I'm gonna crush Coffee Day.
On va défoncer Coffee Day.
So there are a bunch of food bloggers and fashion designers who love coffee who've come over here for the cupping event, and we're going to get into it very soon. First we're going to be introducing ourselves and then start it very soon. It's pretty awesome actually. I'm excited as fuck.
And what you are expecting about this
Like,
experience?
and guys, it's going to be a very interactive thing because for us it's more about
That's someone. Hi. What happened over there in the conference room right now is that we were told about the cupping, complete details. I had no idea coffee was so complicated, but they're given a lot of details. I probably cannot shoot the cupping or the tasting that I'm going to be doing, but it's going to be really fun because I have never been involved in such intense tasting before of anything. I mean, it is very good. So they've explained everything that we can do. There are 5 of us totally, I guess. There are 5 of us who are testing this? Yes. So there are 5 of us testing this, and they just want absolute clean review of what we think. And this is like coffee at its finest. I cannot film what's going to happen with the cupping, but I'm sure going to tell you what I felt. But it's pretty intense. This was like sitting in an MBA class, but very much fun to learn a lot about coffee. So let's just go and get it, and I'll come back and I'll tell you what exactly happened in the cupping and how the coffee was. Can you guys just introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Aishwarya from
Sorry.
aishwaryainga.com. Beauty.
I'm Aditya.
And
You guys know me.
You guys know them. So it's going to be very silent in there. They're setting it up, and after that we're not going to talk. So they've got their aprons on and everything. So we have this coffee cupping score sheet supposed to taste and score it over here. Is it right? No talking.
Sample number 1, 2 and 3.
So we're done with the cupping. That was the most intense 15 minutes of coffee tasting. I've never had coffee like this before. Have you had coffee like this before anytime?
No, it was damn intense.
It was very intense.
I
So
felt like I was in some kind of labyrinth.
yeah, I felt like I was a mice drinking the coffee and trying to say that. So one thing that I found out was, even though we had 15 minutes to taste the entire coffee, there was a lot of difference between 3 coffees, and I don't think so I would have ever known if there was sugar and milk inside it. So all of the coffee that we tried had no sugar, had no milk, and absolutely that's the way to taste it apparently. We never know because we're so accustomed to having sugar and milk in the coffee that we drink, no matter where we go. But it was amazing how we can taste 3 different types of coffees, because that's what we had 3 samples to judge, and all of them were so different. The major part was that we need to be very quiet. We couldn't talk inside, completely concentrate, and wow. This is Duty. She was with me in the intense coffee tasting room. What do you do?
So I'm a writer. I write for the Bangalore Food Harem.
I'll link to her website. What did you think of the intense coffee tasting session?
It was really intense.
It was very intense. I've never had coffee like that before.
Yeah. Not that quietly.
Have you? Not that quietly. That's a good one. Thank you, Duty. It was nice meeting you. So we just finished marking all the 3 samples. After scoring this, I guess Rajat is going to show us about blending. I had no clue what I drink every day in the morning is so complicated. It's as complicated as a relationship. I swear to God. But this, what we're doing right here, it's pretty intense because every common person can do this. Every common person can actually rate them, because it was that easy to find out the taste out of all the 3. And it was the intensity of what we did, the cooking, that actually helped us to rate it better. And holy shit, it's raining.
This is what we arrive at. These are our 5 in-house blends. This is what I wanted to get your feedback on. And furthermore, if we have to improve this, is when I go back to your ratios and check if something more has to be done.
So I had the Mughal, and the Mughal is the most expensive. So yeah, so that's 2 grams per kilo.
So we just tasted a couple of their blends, and apparently this was the blend that I really liked. It's called the Mughal, and it's very expensive. It's 2,000 bucks per kilo. I did not know I had such an expensive tongue. Layman has something very important to do right now, so he's going to be leaving us.
You know, it's like the kind of this French attitude of leaving always earlier, saying that it's because of everyone is late, but actually it's just to hide the fact that I want to go.
Final words, what do you think?
I hope you enjoy this experience. I hope that we'll conduct a lot more of these in the next months and years to come, and expand a little bit on the knowledge of coffee in India.
Okay, I have a question. I'm sure a lot of my viewers will be asking themselves, if they want to learn about coffee, could they come to Kingsmen Coffee and learn?
You are absolutely welcome to come to our office in Koramangala. You can also visit our website, where there is a lot of info also. And don't worry, there is a lot of other projects around coffee that are coming.
That was a successful day for Rajat. How do you think it went?
I'm pretty bummed about the way it went, because for me it's been what 3 months I'm like hardcore submerged into coffee.
Okay.
And to get out of it and feel like what a layman thinks about whatever I'm doing on a daily basis is really refreshing.
It was more like a cupping, it's like tasting the coffee, and it was more of a learning experience. It was a very good learning experience for myself and for all the others, and I'm sure Rajat learned a lot more about
Of course, because when you're on the delivering end, you learn more than what the people who come actually.
Exactly. What is the next step for Kingsmen?
It's just going to the market. All these days it was about building a product, it was about getting things right.
Yeah.
Now you know, you can, like, just to compare it to football, you never know whether you need to bet to enter the deal or you just take a shot from offline.
Absolutely. So we both are Liverpool fans, so that's why we did that. And I never had it with milk and sugar, guys, so I can really never say if I liked it or not. But no, I had the Maurya blend with milk and sugar, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So that was very good. So thank you, Roger.
It was amazing to have you over.
Oh, it was really good to see you, man. It was really good to see you, and thank you so much for this experience. It was one of a kind.
Hope it is worth your time.
It's much better than Kevin Tristan. So final thoughts, Kingsmen Coffee. Let me just make it very quick. I love the Kingsmen Coffee team. I know that they're very passionate about it, but what I love most about them is that their vision is to just not make coffee and sell it to people. Their vision is much more than that, and I love to see that in businessmen, and I'm sure Kingsmen Coffee is gonna go places. The cupping event was a very thrilling one. It was done very systematically, and if you love coffee, you will love this cupping event. And I will link their Facebook page and website down below if you guys are really interested to go to a cupping event. Let me warn you, it's very intense, but it's very thrilling. You can get in touch with them and you can ask them when are the dates, and they will be more than happy to tell you and to welcome you, because they want common man to taste and be a part of the cupping event. The coffee that I had was good, but I would not like to have it that way because I'm too accustomed to having it with milk and sugar. So, but I had one blend of theirs which was Maurya, and I had it with milk and sugar. It was very good. It was very refreshing. It was one of the best coffees that I had from a machine. So that's about it. Kingsmen Coffee, a high thumbs up to you guys. My name is Sai Sandesh Makam, reminding you to try Kingsmen Coffee today. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.